Many Americans are turning to overseas adoption to fulfill their visions for their family. Although they have good intentions, they are guided by international adoption agencies to find children who need homes. One Ohio couple went through this process believing they had found a daughter who would complete their family. Little did they know she had a terrible secret. When Adam and Jessica Davis decided they wanted to adopt a child, they were overjoyed. They already had 4 children of their own, but they were growing up. It was time for another child. However, they didn't think it made sense to have another biological child when there were so many unwanted children. They also didn't need to adopt a baby. They decided to search for an agency to help them adopt internationally. The Davises started working with an agency based in Ohio called European Adoption Consultants. The goal of the agency was to give orphans the opportunity to find parents in America. That seemed like a worthy goal to the Davis family. After a short period of time, the agency called to tell the couple about a girl they located. Her name was Namada, and she desperately needed a home. The agency said Namada's father had died and that her abusive mother wanted nothing to do with her. If she did not leave Uganda, she would have no future. Although the agency said there was a fee of $150,000, the Davises decided money didn't matter. They'd already thought of Namada as a member of the family. They flew to Uganda to pick her up, but they had no idea that not everything was as it seemed. This was 2015. When they met Namada, they loved her immediately. She lived in a terrible place called God's Mercy Orphanage. The couple knew they had to get her away from a filthy group home. They finalized the adoption, and soon they returned to America with a new member of their family. Adam and Jessica introduced Namada to their 4 children. They nicknamed her Mada. It felt like a perfect fit. No one suspected anything was wrong. Mada quickly became accustomed to life in the U.S. She did well in school and learned English. But as her English improved, so did her ability to communicate something big. 1 year later, Mada loved her new family and also had much better English skills. She started referring to her old life with details that didn't make sense to Adam and Jessica. She discussed her mother, her village, her siblings, and how much she loved them. This did not match the story about Mada's life that was in her adoption file. A horrible revelation dawned upon the couple. Namada was never an orphan. She lived with a loving family, and they never wanted to give her away. The family was baffled about how she ended up at the orphanage. The couple knew they needed to do something, so they called Karen Riley, an activist who reunites trafficked children with their mothers. Riley agreed that this story was the media often ignores a prime example of a side of trafficking that. Riley told the Davises that she had found Namada's mother, and they immediately set up a Skype call so she could see that Namada was okay. Namada's mother had a harrowing story. The adoption agency had pulled a common scam in international adoption. They arrived in Namada's village and started offering to match children with sponsors in the U.S. who would take their children to America for an education. The parents believed their kids were going to school in America and would soon return. They did not know that the agency was taking custody and selling the children to unsuspecting families in the U.S. Adam and Jessica were in agony because they loved Mada, but she belonged with her family. They made the decision to take Mada back to her family. They had an amazing reunion in Uganda. They were so ecstatic to see her again. They were grateful to the Davises for doing the right thing and bringing her home. European adoption consultants have been doing this for years. Unfortunately, most children were not returned to their homes. The FBI raided their office and stopped them from transferring child guardianships. Although they are out of business, other nefarious adoption agencies continue to scam people and steal their children. The Davis family completed a miracle by sending Namada home. They are committed to working with advocates like Riley to reunite more families and their children. Theirs is a cautionary tale about working with groups demanding large sums of money with a story of child abandonment.
This story was really incredible, but you will like the next one more.
Kids surprise their color-blind dad with a special glasses. Now watch his reaction when he gets to see them for the first time. It's easy to take simple things for granted, like the gift of sight. One Pennsylvania man struggled with serious color blindness. Then one day, a pair of corrective sunglasses changed the way he saw the world, and his children forever. People who have blurred vision can correct their sight with glasses or contact lenses. Unfortunately, there have been few remedies for color blindness. Color blindness is not blindness, but rather a deficiency in the way a person sees color. Those who have this problem have great difficulty distinguishing certain colors like red and green or blue and yellow. The most severe cases have people only able to see in black and white, rendering them unable to experience the amazing range of colors and tones. Although people who are colorblind can see, severe color blindness reduces the sharpness and vitality of the world for those who are afflicted with it. Until recently, the only way to improve color blindness was to undergo very expensive treatments that provided limited help. Colorblind glasses are special eyeglasses that have tinted lenses. The lenses help a person with color vision deficiency perceive colors more accurately. Although the glasses don't cure the condition, they let people experience a much greater spectrum of colors. eChroma pioneered these glasses. The company was founded in 2002 in Santa Cruz, California during an ultimate frisbee game. Don McPherson, an inventor and ultimate frisbee enthusiast, put on a pair of specialty eyewear he invented to protect surgeons performing laser surgery. A teammate, having forgotten his sunglasses and noting Don's stylish frames, tried them on. As eChroma's website explains, the teammate's reaction was priceless. "Dude, I can see the cones," he called out in amazement. The man was so colorblind, he couldn't see the bright orange cones marking the game boundaries until he wore the glasses. This moment led Dr. McPherson to apply for a grant to make his groundbreaking eChroma glasses. A Pennsylvania woman has a brother, Pete, who was born with a very serious case of red/green color blindness. When she heard about corrective glasses, she planned a big surprise for him. She set up a fundraising campaign to buy Pete a pair of the glasses. When the woman reached her goal, she secretly purchased the glasses and gave them to Pete. He unwrapped the present having no idea what was in store. At first, he just assumed she gave him a nice pair of sunglasses, but then she told him to put them on. Pete put on the glasses and then glanced over at his children. They were wearing bright winter clothing. Immediately, he realized the gift he had been given. He walked closer to see his children's faces. That moment was overwhelming. For the first time, he could actually see the pure colors of his kids' eyes. This made him cry. He embraces his little girl and then has to sit down for a moment just to collect his emotions. After walking around to regain his composure, he realized how bright the flowers were in front of his house and exactly the hue of his car. He was delighted. He takes the glasses off and on just to experience the unbelievable contrast. Pete is astonished at how the world looks, even on the overcast day. He is shocked by the brightness of the kids' coats. He also checked himself to see if his clothes matched. For years, getting dressed was a struggle since he never knew if his clothes clashed or not. It was a totally new world for Pete, thanks to eChroma. Other people have also had incredible experiences thanks to eChroma. William was born so colorblind, he could only see in black and white. On his 66th birthday, his family gave William eChroma glasses so that he could see color. Immediately, William is overcome by what he can see. "The trees are green," he said in awe. William and his family are overcome by the experience. William sees balloons and flowers. "It doesn't look like mud," he exclaims. He said the trees don't even look real to him. They look 3D. As one of his family observes, it's just like the Wizard of Oz.